It's Flashcard Friday, and we're doing this the chaotic way. The way it should be in the middle of summer when the NBA's quiet, but Celtics fans are still hungry for basketball talk. I've got a stack of random questions, completely shuffled, and I have no clue what's coming, so we're diving into this unscripted, unrehearsed, completely live. Well, kind of, but you get the point. It's real, it's raw, and it's all Celtics' first flashcard I pull out. Boom! Jason Tatum's wrist. Now that's a spicy one right out the gate. Look, if you followed the Celtics for more than a minute, you've probably seen photos or clips of Tatum working out or shooting around with that wrist wrapped up like it's holding the season together. And in a way, maybe it is. The thing is, Tatum has been dealing with that wrist issue for what feels like forever now. It's one of those nagging things that just never quite goes away. Not during the grind of a long NBA season. Anyway, there's never been confirmation of surgery, no press release, no cleaned it up in the offseason, update like we sometimes get. But if you've been paying attention, the wrist has quietly become a subplot to everything Tatum does. He's working out with kettlebells, hitting his off-season grind, showing us those videos of him moving just fine. But there's still that wrist wrap, still that little question mark. Is it a concern? Honestly, not really, not right now. If anything, this might be one of the few silver linings from that injury layoff. Because let's remember something. Tatum went back-to-back-to-back seasons playing an insane amount of basketball. Season, playoffs, summer league stuff, Team USA, just nonstop hoops. That kind of workload doesn't give your body any real time to recover. Even a minor thing like a wrist strain becomes a recurring issue when you never stop playing. But now he's had time. Not just rest, but a legitimate break. Months to let things settle, heal, reset. That doesn't happen often in the career of a superstar, so maybe this offseason is exactly what that wrist needed, even if it wasn't. The plan. Still, you never really know with these lingering injuries. It's like anyone who's active knows. Everybody's got that one body part that just bugs them. Your back, your knee, your ankle, whatever it is. Maybe for Tatum, it's the wrist. Doesn't mean he can't play through it, but it's something to monitor. The key is, if there was a need for surgery, they'd have done it by now, or at least we'd have heard whispers. Everything we've seen and heard says it's manageable, not some career-altering issue. So until we're told otherwise, no panic. And let's be honest, Jason Tatum is built like a machine. The guy's a physical outlier. If anyone can recover from multiple things at once, Achilles, wrist, whatever, it's probably him. Dude's body can probably heal while still getting shots up in the gym. All right, next flashcard. Peyton Pritchard's passing. Now this one's interesting because the narrative around Pritchard has always been that he's a shooter, right? Quick release, deep range, microwave scorer off the bench, not necessarily a traditional floor general. But lately there's been more to his game, especially in the way he's improved off the dribble. His drives look sharper, he's finishing better, and most importantly, he's starting to look up more on those drives, starting to find teammates. Now look, let's not act like he's Steve Nash out there, but his passing's quietly gotten better, and if the Celtics want to stay dangerous next season, they're going to need Pritchard to keep evolving. This year has to be the best version of his career so far. There's no margin for regression. None. If he can develop into that third guy who can penetrate, draw defenders, and dish the ball like White and Jalen can, that adds a whole new wrinkle to Boston's offense. And it's not just about flashy assists. It's about moving defenses, creating space, keeping the ball alive, and making role players look better. Guys like Jordan Walsh, Baylor Shireman, whoever's on the perimeter, they'll all benefit if Pritchard can make reads on the fly. But here's the thing. Passing is tough to improve in isolation. You can shoot by yourself. You can dribble by yourself. But passing, you need live reps. You need movement, reaction, timing. And that's probably why Pritchard's handle is elite. His jumper is wet, but his passing is still catching up. Because you can't just lock yourself in the gym and pass to an empty chair for 6 hours. It doesn't work like that. Still, I think he's going to be fine. The guy's a grinder. You don't put in the kind of obsessive work he does without leveling up somewhere. And even if it's not elite, even if he never becomes the most instinctive passer, he's capable of being good enough and maybe even better than that in the right system. Tatum's proof of that. Jason was never a natural passer either. He had to learn it, rep it, feel it, but now he sees the floor better than ever. That said, there's a difference between guys who pass because they've been trained to and guys who just feel it. The LeBrons, the Lucas, the guys who see the game like a chessboard 3 moves ahead. That's the upper tier. But not everyone needs to be a savant to be effective. If Pritchard can be more of a connector, more of a driver and kick guy, that'll be enough. And it's doable. All right, next up, long-term center for the Celtics. Now, this is a huge topic. Look, right now, Boston's front court is held together by Porzingis and Al Horford. One's elite when healthy but fragile. The other is a legend but closer to retirement than his prime. So who's next? Who's that long-term solution? If we're being honest, that player probably isn't on the roster yet. Now maybe Amari. Williams surprises us. He's raw, but there's talent there. Could he be the guy in 2 or 3 years? Maybe. But you don't count on second-round picks to become foundational pieces. It happens, but it's rare. So the Celtics might still be shopping, still evaluating options, still plotting a trade that brings in that long-term anchor. And here's where the new cap rules come into play. With the second apron rules shifting how teams operate, Boston's going to have to be smart. They can't just throw money around. They need to hit on minimums, use trade exceptions wisely, and get the absolute most out of every roster spot. That means if a deal comes along that packages salary, like Simons or Cornette or whoever else, for a reliable center, they might have to take it. It won't be some flashy blockbuster, but it could be the piece that holds the next era together. Let's switch gears a bit. Here's one that's more fun. Jason Tatum's shoes versus Jaylen Brown's ROVR kicks. Now we're talking style. Tatum's rocking those Air Jordans, which, let's be real, come with that whole Jordan brand machine behind them. Clean designs, major backing, top-tier technology. They look and feel polished. The aesthetic is sharp, the performance tech is real, and they look great on court. Jaylen, on the other hand, he's out here building his own brand from scratch. The ROVRs aren't just sneakers, they're a statement. It's about ownership, independence, doing it yourself. And that's 100% Jaylen Brown. Are they as clean as the Tatums, right? Now, maybe not. But that's not the point. The vibe is different. It's raw. It's more personal. It's got that startup energy. And according to some of the Celtics who've worn them, like Pritchard before he signed with Converse, they're actually super comfortable. And look, props to Jaylen for even pulling this off. Building a sneaker brand from the ground up is no joke. The big baller brand disaster showed us how risky it is. But Jaylen's making it work. And as versions 2 and 3 roll out, I think the ROVRs will only get better. All right, one more flashcard. For this stretch, Joe Mazzulla, the good and the bad. This past season gave us a real glimpse into who Joe is as a coach. The good? He managed a team full of personalities, all-stars, egos, and expectations, and still kept the ship steady. He trusted his stars, empowered his guys, and played the long game. Rest days, rotations, letting Porzingis get his body right. He juggled all of that and still kept the team at the top. The bad? Well, there were moments when the offense got stale. The team still doesn't cut nearly enough. It's too much ISO, too much standing around. And you could feel it in some of those gritty games, especially in the playoffs. There's a lot of talent, but not enough of the little things. Backdoor cuts, movement without the ball, the kind of stuff that wins tight games in May and June. But here's what I like about Joe. He's evolving. He's way more comfortable now. He's doing interviews, popping up on podcasts, letting people see the real version of him. A little crazy, a little obsessive, but real. And I'd rather have that than someone who just spits cliches and plays it safe. All right, let's keep this rolling. Flashcards still stacked, Celtics topics still flying, and now we're moving deeper into the nitty-gritty of this team. Let's talk about improving the bench, which honestly is one of the most important things for this franchise right now. Because here's the deal. The top of Boston's roster is stacked. You got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown locked in as your superstar duo. You got Derek White, you got Porzingis, you got Al Horford still holding it down. When needed. That core is expensive, it's elite, and it's built to win now. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a move that has sent shockwaves throughout the NBA, rumors are swirling that the Boston Celtics are on the verge of securing one of the biggest names in basketball, Kawhi Leonard. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the mere possibility of Leonard donning the iconic green and white jersey has ignited a frenzy among fans and analysts alike. The Celtics, a franchise with a rich history of championships and a deep desire to reclaim their status as NBA royalty, appear to be making a bold statement with this potential acquisition. Kawhi Leonard, known for his 2 NBA Finals MVP awards and reputation as a defensive juggernaut, would instantly elevate Boston's roster to a new level of contention. His ability to impact the game on both ends of the floor could be exactly what the Celtics need to break through the fierce competition in the Eastern Conference. Speculation about this deal began to gain momentum after whispers emerged about intense discussions behind closed doors between Leonard's camp and Boston's front office. Sources suggest that the Celtics are prepared to offer a competitive package to bring the 2-time champion on board, which might include a combination of key players and future draft assets. The potential trade would certainly reshape the NBA landscape, forcing other powerhouse teams to reconsider their strategies. Adding Kawhi Leonard to a roster that already boasts promising young talent and established stars could be a game changer for Boston. Leonard's presence would not only boost their defensive prowess, but also provide a versatile scoring option, capable of taking over critical moments in tight games. His playoff experience and calm under pressure would be invaluable in high stakes situations, something the Celtics have struggled with in recent years. While skepticism remains due to Leonard's history of injuries and the uncertainty surrounding his long-term commitment, the Celtics' willingness to pursue such a marquee player signals their aggressive ambition to build a championship-caliber team. Fans are eagerly watching every development, hoping that this rumor will soon become reality. Should the deal go through, it would undoubtedly be one of the most talked about moves of the offseason, setting the stage for an electrifying new chapter in Boston Celtics basketball. For now, the buzz continues as the NBA community waits with bated breath to see if Kawhi Leonard will indeed become the latest Celtic hero. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.